Okay, this playlist is all about changing the subject, and changing the subject is sometimes called rearranging formulae, and basically it's like another algebraic skill that you might have. There aren't tons of questions just by itself, but it's something that will be useful in lots of other areas of maths, particularly if you go and do A-level as well. So I've written here that to make a variable, which is just a letter, to make a variable the subject of an equation or formula, means to have it written on its own on one side of the equal sign. So for example, in this first one that we've got here, V is the subject of the equation or the formula that we've got. And F is the subject of this formula that we have. And over here we can see that Y is the subject. So it's only appearing once, and it just immediately has the equal sign afterwards, so it's in terms of something else. And what we're going to try and do is take these formulae that we have here, these three, as these are just examples, we wouldn't actually have to use these three, and you're going to make a different letter the subject, and you're going to use algebraic techniques to do that. So the skills that are required for this are the same as solving linear equations. And if you haven't watched my playlist on solving linear equations, it might be worth just watching maybe the last couple of them just to get an idea about how I do these. And basically what you do is you always perform, this should say the inverse operations, always perform the inverse operations. So we're just going to do some very simple examples where we're going to try and make Y the subject of these equations we've got here. A is currently the subject. We're going to try and make Y the subject for this one. So when I do linear equations, I would try and get Y by itself here by removing X. And if you remove X, I usually cross that out and I say, okay, well, to remove X, you've subtracted X. So you do the same things on both sides. So immediately we've got that you just do A subtract X, and now we have made Y the subject. So the X has kind of gone to the other side and it's become negative. Now you can see what's going to happen for this one that we've got here. To get rid of that subtract T, we just change it to a plus T. So with Y as the subject, it's Y equals just G plus T. Now this one, if we want to get Y by itself, because we want Y to be equals, to get rid of that B that we've got there, we do the opposite of multiplying by B, and we're dividing it by B. So immediately we've got the answer that Y equals X divided by B. And then our last one that we've got, we have Y divided by B. It doesn't matter that the Y is on the right hand side, it's still going to work. I'm going to do the opposite of dividing by B, which is multiplying by B. Now when you do A multiplied by B, you literally just write AB, so Y is equal to AB. So in these answers that I've got at the bottom here, we have got Y as the subject, okay? So I'm going to do some more one-step examples. I'm going to do these three on the left-hand side, and then you're going to try number 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this first one is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm not always going to write down that I'm going to cross off this and then write plus 5. Okay, I'm going to start doing it without that as well, eventually. Maybe not in this first video. So because I did the opposite of minus 5, which is plus 5, I've now made X the subject because I have X equals 2A plus 5. In this one, it's being divided by 3A. So the opposite of dividing by 3A is going to be multiplying by 3A. You just also need to be careful that you simplify everything. So when you're multiplying these things together, you've got the 2 times the 3, which is the 6, and the A squared times A, which is A cubed, A times A times A. And then this one that we've got down here, we want to get X by itself. So we need to get rid of this whole chunk, which is 2AB, and that's multiplying by 2AB. So we'll divide this side by 2AB. Now it does look like there's going to be some simplifying that can happen here. We can do the 6 divided by the 2 to get a 3. The A squared divided by A is just A. And then the B divided by B is just 1. So that part there fully cancels out. So in this case, X is just equal to 3A. Okay, now you're going to try these 3 questions that you've got right here. Pause the video and have a go and see if you get the same answers as me. Okay, so in this first one, that 2A is going to become a plus 2A on the other side. Make sure you simplify this because 7A plus 2A is 9A. So X equals 9A is the subject of this one. Again, I want to make X the subject, so I'm going to multiply by this 3Y, and that means I'm going to multiply it up here. So X is equal to the 5 times the 3 gives the 15, and the Y times the Y gives the Y squared. Now this one's a bit harder because next to the Y we have a 3A, next to the X we have a 3A and a Y, and we want to get rid of those all at once. So the way I'll get rid of the 3A and the Y is I will divide by 3A y. Remember, this 3axy that we've got here is the same as 3ayx, so I could just divide by that 3ay that we have there. Okay, so that would leave me with the left-hand side as an x. The 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3. The a's in this case are going to cancel, so I just get a y squared divided by y, which is just 3y. So I think these bottom ones are perhaps the trickiest, especially this one over here. We could have divided by 3ay all at once rather than having to do 3a and then y, because that gets a little bit messier. So in the next video, we're going to make them a bit more complex, where we have 2 or more steps rather than just 1 step in this video. Found this video helpful? Then why not drop it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like the next video in the playlist, you can click here to be taken straight to it. And as always, wishing you the very best for all your studies.